So, sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late. What are we? It's 10:33 and I said I'd be here about 10:30. My fault. I went to make a cuppa. Gotta get your priorities right on these things, haven't you? After yesterday, chatting for so long. Loved yesterday. It was so much fun doing this yesterday. So after yesterday, I thought, no, I need my cuppa. I knew it would make me a couple of minutes late, but hey, here I am. So, today... well, let's go back to yesterday actually. So yesterday I discovered in the early evening, at that kind of time when I'm running around sorting kids out, my little girl goes to brownies and sorting out food and all that type of stuff, I discovered that I'd messed up. I discovered that on my freebie ebook that I give away, hi Paula, in fact it was Paula that pointed it out to me, on my freebie ebook giveaway there's an offer, and there's an offer to get a class for a wonderful price of just £7. So you get to kind of boost your business and have a go and see what you think of getting training, as well as get to experience me. It's a brilliant offer. I've never done a class for £7 before. Brand new, only really finished setting it up yesterday, and I found out yesterday that I'd managed, complete human error, call it being blonde, I'd managed to just completely put in the wrong email address into how it connects with Facebook. I've got my dog next to me today, so bear with me because she keeps asking for fuss. In that little nose nudging me. She won't sit up so you can see her either. Let's see if I can... See, there she is. Right. Anyway, not getting distracted. So, oh, I'm getting distracted. Where was I? Yeah, so I found out that I put the wrong email address in. So when my website talks to PayPal, it was trying to pay the wrong PayPal account. I just missed the little A out. Speedily typing, doing it too quickly as you do, thinking you've double checked it and reading what you think you're expecting to see. She's very cute. Yeah, so it ended up that I had a bit of a mess with that. So this morning, and I was there thinking, well, how do I get in touch with these people? Anybody who's signed up for this, I have no idea that they've even done it, because they've clicked a link, they've paid PayPal, they're expecting to be given something now, but my website doesn't know that. That communication won't happen because it's coming from the wrong email address, so that won't connect. Basically, I just felt like, what do I do? So I woke up this morning and realised I can send an email out just to those people who've signed up in the last few days, those people who may have seen this offer. So I did that this morning, which just threw me all out of sync, because instead of sorting out the kids for school this morning at 7 AM, I was busy sending out an email. So if that was you and you've paid, do apologise. My biggest fear and my biggest worry is that I seem like I'm trying to con people, and I'm not. You do get what you've paid for. So if you haven't got what you've paid for, come back to me straight away, and I'll sort it, because it's either an error on my part or it's a tech error and something else has gone wrong, so we need to get it sorted. So please, 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 it's me fessing up. Human error, it does happen. None of us are perfect, but the reason you should be honest and the reason you should tell the truth is because we are all human and things do go wrong and mistakes do happen. And by being honest with somebody and by saying, hey, look, I'm ever so sorry, and preempting it, it's far better than having somebody sit there and think, oh, well, they're no good, are they? And then bad-mouthing you in the background. If you make a mistake, it's just started raining outside. If you make a mistake and you try and fix it, sometimes that's the worst thing you can do. You need to talk to people. You need to communicate with people. So yeah, that was me this morning, having to fess up that basically I typed my email so quickly, I just mistyped it and I didn't see it. If you know my email address, it's Nicola@handcraftedbusiness.com, and I missed out that A for a hand. Trying to reconnect. Are we reconnected? I think we lost it there. So yeah, I just missed out that little A. But hopefully it's all fixed now. So I do apologise. Please, please, please don't think that you don't get what you ask for when you work with me. Okay, blogging. I was given a question about blogging yesterday. Now, bear with me while I just find it. I'll go and find the exact question. I can answer it properly then, can't I? Oh, that rain is really coming down now. So, it was Leanne who asked the question. Here she is. Blogging, pros and cons, best platform, costs. Well, best place to do it is on your own website, or guest posting on a website where you're going to get decent quality links back to your own website or where it is that you're selling from, so you're getting your presence. don't do the Blogger platform, don't do the WordPress platform, so you're blogging on somebody else's property permanently. It needs to be on your own website wherever possible, because the reason you're doing blogging is not only to give people something to come and read and so they can get to know, like and trust you, but also because it's great for SEO. It really is. You're getting all those phrases in that your customers could be searching for. So you want them to come and land on your own website where they can see your products, where they can see what you're up to, where they can see what it is that you're making and what it is that you're selling, and they can have the opportunity to buy from you. So blogging is great. Not for everybody, but blogging is absolutely great. So if you can, do it. The pros are it's giving people a reason to visit your website, so you're not always kind of hard selling. It's being able to answer all those frequently asked questions that people have about your products. It's being able to tell the stories behind your products. It's being able to show your work in progress. Hi Jane, hi Lana, hi Kirsty. What else can you do? So work in progress. I'm kind of trying to go through my list of things and interrupting myself saying hello. All those type of stuff. Anything and everything you can do that informs and entertains and helps people come to a decision about buying your products is the reason for blogging. What you do need to do is make sure that you target any blogs to your ideal customer, really, because there's no point. Okay, if your ideal customer is somebody who wants to buy a pen, then you need to tell them about using the pen and why you've created this particular pen and what's special about this pen, and stories about other people who are using this pen and what they are creating or achieving with it. But what you don't need to be telling them is how to make their own pens, where to buy the supplies from to make their pens, because your target audience is about using your pen, not about going away and making their own so they don't need to buy from you. So be careful on your topics on blogs. Okay, so I'm not quite as excited today, am I? Yesterday it was absolutely mad, wasn't it? I was so on focus for the Craft Biz project, which has been brilliant. I've had more blogs in, I've had more contact about it, and I've had lots of tweets on Twitter, retweets on Twitter as well. So absolutely fantastic. So thank you for those. That really is going to be an amazing project. It's just we need to get that ball moving. I need marketing, and the way your Facebook page works as well is all about the snowball effect, that you start with this very, very small little snowball, and to start with, that snowball is almost, well, it's just so tiny, it's really, really tiny, but we've just got to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and slowly the momentum comes. But at the moment it's like pushing a really small snowball uphill, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You're going up a really big, and then at some point you reach the top and you start coming back down, hopefully at a slow pace. That means it gains its own momentum, not that it's running away from you. We don't want that. Okay, so yeah, that's not a bad analogy of marketing, is it really? So that's exactly how it can feel. It can feel like you're pushing the snowball and it's not getting much bigger, and you're doing it on your own, and then suddenly it starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you need all that extra support to continue to help you push it up. Yeah, I like that. I'll have to remember that one for another time. So how are you all today? What are you all up to? Drop me a comment below. Haven't got the same energy today, have we? No, talk to me. Come on, let's get this going. Let's get this moving, because yesterday was a fantastic day. So I just want to remind you about why I'm doing this, and I'm doing this because I want to test the Facebook Live platform, because we all know it's the new baby at Facebook, and we all know that Mark Zuckerberg has massive plans for this. In fact, just yesterday on Facebook, he did his first Facebook Live Q&A. It was on our UK time about 7:30 last night, and I managed to catch some of it, so that was really great. And his vision and where he sees this going is huge. It doesn't just stop here. In fact, I'm sure I heard him say that he's hoping that it'll get to the point where people can come on and we can actually connect together on a Facebook Live video, which would be amazing. So rather than kind of having to rely on typing, so that would be absolutely brilliant. But the reason I'm doing this is because at the moment Facebook Live gets far better organic reach than anything else we can put on our Facebook page. So I'm testing this theory, which is why I've given myself this challenge, because I knew it and I kind of was going, yeah, so I'm going to use Facebook Live. And then not actually making the time to do it, not actually stepping up and putting them out there. I think I did a couple and then I lost it for a couple of weeks, which is when I decided to have this challenge. So here I am every day for 6 weeks because I want to see the impact it's having on the numbers for the organic reach on my page. And I have to say that so far, the reach of just one video post is way above anything that I am organically. So not being paid for, not being pushing at all, but the reach of that post is far, 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 far higher than just text, recorded video or image posts. So it's really, really interesting. Can all pages get live? Yes, Lana, but at the moment you can only really do it from a mobile phone, from a smart device. It definitely works on iPhone. I'm pretty sure it works on Android now, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's only in the app. So when you go to the app and you use your app, you should be able to do these from your profile, from a page, or in a group. Okay, so when you go to publish inside the app only, it's not on a desktop, it's not on the computer, but inside the app you have this little person with kind of 3 circles going around the top of the head, and that's the live video. So yeah, it's really worth doing it and getting out there. Now, before you panic and you say, oh, I can't do Facebook Live, it's a challenge. I do videos and recording all the while, but I've still found this really, really hard. If you've watched any of my videos from last week, you'll know that it was all talking about eating that frog. And sometimes we have to step out of our comfort zone to push and do the marketing. But remember, you don't actually have to necessarily be talking like this to camera. You have something extra special that you can do on a Facebook Live video, something I can't do. This is something, my way of doing it, but something you could do is, if you don't feel comfortable talking to camera, then set yourself up so your camera is looking down at your hands doing something. You could do with starting with you talking to camera. You really could, or maybe advance into that, but you could show, this is what I'm working on. Here's a 15-minute glimpse of me working on a particular project and showing people how it all comes together. So you could do it. No excuses. Okay, I'm going to scroll back because I know I've missed a few comments. So, Paula, you're packing orders up ready for the post office. Yay, that's fantastic. We love it when orders are going out. Jane, I put another blog post on there today and use a snowball illustration. Fantastic. Yay. Perfect. Kirsty, you're working on your website. Ooh, what are you doing? What are you doing on your website? Be careful and make sure that you're not just doing pretty things for the sake of it. Make sure you're doing things that are going to make a difference for customers. I answered the can all pages get. Yes, my phone's an Android and it works. Fantastic, thanks Paula. I knew originally it was only Apple, it was usually iPhones and iPads, and I knew it was coming out for Android, but because I don't use one, I've never had that confirmation before, so thank you, that's brilliant. Lana, okay, no plan. Invite me, let me know before you do it, and if I'm on, I'll come over and say hello. I will be honest and say, the hard part about doing Facebook Live to start with is that you feel like you're talking to yourself. And we've all been sort of trained to think that talking to yourself is the first sign of madness. It's not when you're doing it on Facebook Live. It's taken me all of last week and until yesterday really to get to the point where I really felt I was having a conversation with people and getting the comments coming back in. So when you first do them and you feel like you're talking to yourself and nobody is commenting, don't panic. Your people, your audience need to get used to you doing this. Hi Jodie, hi Jan. They need to get used to you doing this. They need to get used to seeing it. And also, so don't just do it once and then that didn't work. My best organic reach was yesterday. That was my 7th day in a row, albeit one of the days was very, very short because I had no internet connection. And I was stood in a corner, well, perched, doing less with my phone. It was the only place I'd got a half-decent mobile connection, and that lasted minutes. So one of them wasn't really a real go. And the first one, if anybody saw the first one, was absolutely dire. It was absolutely awful because I'd been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I just went, I've got to do this. Otherwise, I'm never going to start. So don't expect your first one to A, be any good, or your first one to really get many people watching. In fact, if you have somewhere that's a safe place to do it, or even mark it to private on your own profile page so nobody else can see it. Just have a go and have a practice first. You don't have to do it kind of completely publicly. You can set you can set who can see this. If you do it on your profile, you can set that to private, which means you can have a go and see exactly how it feels. And how that feels when you do it so nobody's watching is probably how your first one will feel anyway when you do it publicly. Okay, if you really want people there, then make sure you tell them that you're going to be there. But yeah, Facebook Live, it's like, even if you only show your hands, even if kind of like you angle, I mean, I'm going to now show you my cup of tea, which is a bit odd, but if you angle it down so people can see that. Now, don't think there's a clever way of doing that. My phone happens to be on a tripod. I'm using a £2 or £3 adapter on the top, so my phone connects to it okay. But lots and lots and lots of people, the way they do this is it's perched on a book. It's almost gaffer taped onto something to balance it. You just kind of do what it is that you need to do. Okay. Whew. Right, so that's a good idea to test it. It is, it works really well. My first one got 1 view. Yesterday I got 10 views and 200 watched afterwards. Yeah, which is, Paula, that is amazing compared to what you'd get if you'd just written a text post or put an image up. I mean, 200 watched afterwards. Wow. Right, think of it in these terms with Facebook Live. I mean, there's people out there, there's big name celebrities who can get, I don't know, who was our, oh yeah, Mark Zuckerberg yesterday. At one point there was 1.2 million, I'm sure I said million. Awful lot of people watching him. Stupid numbers. It doesn't even matter, does it, really, how big it is when it gets to that big, a massive number of people watching him. But from you, personally, if you actually were in a room with 200 potential customers, all having that chance to come and talk to you and get to know you and meet you, that would be an amazing opportunity. Even if it was 100 people. And that's what Facebook Live gives us. It means it gives you the chance to actually connect with these people. These people, that sounds awful, doesn't it? Your niche, your own ideal customer, and you're getting that chance to really get to know them, and they're getting the chance to get to know you. So just, even if you only say 10, if you thought you could go to a craft fair and you would get 10 of your ideal customers coming up and having a chance to talk to you, and you'd get the chance to know who they are and actually have that conversation and get to know them and have a conversation and ask them questions, as well as them being able to find out about you and what you're doing, I wouldn't turn that down. The more we know about ideal customers, the better. So, Kirsty, I'm set out my pages and what I want on it and updating some images. Ooh, exciting. If you're setting out your pages, think about your navigation. Think how they're all going to link together. And remember, you don't just want one link. You don't just kind of want... Look at my fringe this morning. He's doing all sorts of weird things to drive me mad. You don't just want kind of like your menu links. You want other links to link to pages as well. So I got one lady from America commenting on this morning. It's brilliant. Worldwide audience sat here waiting for us. I think it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, and it was fascinating watching Mark Zuckerberg. So I actually shared it on my page last night. So if you're interested in watching the replay, because we all know the replays stay there forever, I'm sure it's probably there. You can catch it below from Mark Zuckerberg. He ended up having Jerry Seinfeld on and interviewing him because he happened to be wandering around their offices at that time. So yeah, if you wonder what Mark Zuckerberg, how he spends his mornings, Jerry Seinfeld was quizzing him on that yesterday. What was it he does? Oh, the first thing he does is check his phone. Before he gets out of bed, the first thing he does is check his phone. He wants to know what's going on in the world of Facebook. Not a surprise, really. In actual fact, if I'm honest, that's probably what I do most mornings as well. So, yeah, started this morning by saying you have to be honest and fess up. So I fessed up this morning, which kind of completely threw me out of my routine, but it had to be done. You do need to always be honest with your customers. If you kind of feel like you've let one person down and that person tells 10 people, then you're on a hiding to nothing, can't you? So you need to do everything you can to keep somebody's happy. That's what I do. Gotta sip my tea now. Talking too much. God, that rain is coming down. It's that really persistent rain. That really kind of like... Oh, I've got to walk the school run later as well. Hubby's got my car. His car's playing up, so he's got mine. How's that fair? Okay, maybe that's what I get from working from home. Oh dear. Rainproof, waterproof coat on. That's what it will be. Right. So, what else is going on in your world? Anything I can help you with? If you haven't already downloaded my freebie, go grab it. Everything is working now. It's nice here now. It was raining first thing. Oh, well, hopefully maybe it will clear. I'm hoping it will clear later. It would be nice. It's got a few hours yet. Yeah, it got a little bit of time. So, So what's going on in your world? What are you excited about? I know I was really excited yesterday, so what are you excited about? How did yesterday go for you? Did you get anything done? Did you get any sales yesterday? What's going on? What's your experience? I know what else I was going to tell you. You can tell when I do this little bit of kind of fill, that asking you the questions. I do want to know your answers to the questions, but you can tell that actually my brain is thinking, I know there was something else I was going to say. What was it? I've remembered. Talking about Facebook Live, getting the best organic reach. Another way at the moment to get decent organic reach on Facebook, and I haven't tested this, I'm going to be testing it, is to use your Instagram posts to come straight to your Facebook page. Supposedly, because obviously Facebook want to promote Instagram in the same way they like promoting Facebook Live. Oh, Handcrafted Marketplace, Jan. Are you doing a video today? Or are you putting products on? Which is it? Yes, they also want to promote Instagram. So if you've got a post going onto Instagram and you've got your account set to go straight to Facebook, that is likely to get a little bit more organic reach than if you just post the same post directly to Facebook. How mad is that? But anyway, every little bit helps, as they say. So start to make sure your Instagram account, if you've got one, is linked so it shares to your Facebook account. The only time you really do need to be careful of that is if it was a Facebook post that you were planning on putting a link back to somewhere on. If that's the case, then you're either going to need to add the link in the comments after it's gone onto Instagram and through to your Facebook page, or you're just going to have to post it again on Facebook and make sure it's got the link. But yeah, oh, what was the other one? Oh, do you know, I wanted to look at my phone then to check something. I had an email earlier and I only glanced at it. It was a Pinterest email. If you've read the email properly, as you know, I was panicking and sending out an email. Hi, Elizabeth. I know Instagram won't work yet. Yeah, and it is because Facebook and Instagram, and they like promoting Instagram. Facebook's process is very much that they like using... Did the video last week. I'm just gabbling on, thinking it's your expertise. Oh, I haven't edited. I've got to edit the videos yet, Jan. That's tomorrow's job. Tomorrow is a Handcrafted Marketplace, and I'm sorting out the videos, so I'll get that on hopefully, if not tomorrow, Friday. So yeah, I'm sure you didn't. It feels like that. Do you know? I feel like I gabble on. I feel like I just waffle. Your trouble is I'm going to come back to Instagram and Facebook, but the trouble is you know what you know. And you take for granted what you know, and you don't need to relearn what you know, and you don't need to explain what you know to yourself. So when you're talking about what you do, and you're talking about the materials and the supplies and why you make it the way you do, and all that type of stuff, well, it feels like you're gabbling. It feels like nobody's going to be interested in this because you don't need to know it. So I'm sure the video is absolutely fine. I'll have a good laugh. Good. I normally do. Lou... Oh, some of the things she says when it kind of like the bits that are outside, what's going on the website, they're hysterical. They're the best bits. Oh dear, I hope you had a laugh doing it with her. They sound so scary to do, don't they? And I know they are, but hopefully Lou makes it kind of a little bit more fun and helps you through it all. So yeah, if anyone looking for somewhere new to sell, have a look at Handcrafted Marketplace. So yeah, Instagram, they're promoting because they're promoting their own products whilst showing your posts. So if you've got Instagram, definitely get it set up. My doggy, a little doggy. She kept calling me soon. You have to slap her sometime, metaphorically. That's what I was going to say, Jane. Pinterest is doing targeting and adverts the same as FB. Yes, that's what I read on that email earlier. So have a look. If you haven't had an email from Pinterest, I will be kind of trying to put something out about it later. But Pinterest are doing exactly the same kind of audience setup as Facebook do by the look of it. I've only had a very, very quick read of the email. Just glanced through it earlier thinking, I've got to come back and look at that. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. Maybe I'll have a look into it later today, and if I can, and talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, they're doing the same thing. So visitors to your website. So there's going to have to be a pixel somewhere, a piece of small code that you put on your website. That means Pinterest can track it. Retargeting your mailing list subscribers. All of that for advertising on Pinterest. How amazing, how fantastic. Real opportunities there, real great thing to do. But Jan, she kept calling you Sue. At one point she kept saying a handcrafted market on the webs, on the videos, instead of a handcrafted marketplace. It's so easy done, isn't it? You just kind of, you just get lost. But yeah, I'll slap her for you the next time I see you. Hopefully that isn't in the bit that I've got to edit. That will be a nightmare. My editing skills aren't the best. I do like just topping and tailing where I can. Ah dear, but yeah. Hopefully we'll get you on there ASAP. Ooh, exciting. So I do get, yeah, so tomorrow, when I'm on, I'm going to take dog for grooming tomorrow. So my timing tomorrow for doing one of these videos is going to be completely out. In fact, I probably won't do this till the afternoon. So yeah. Check in with me, Jan. If you see me on, check in with me and ask me where I'm at, because that's tomorrow's job. Whew. Are you like me that you've kind of got a to-do list, which you kind of, you start at the top and you work down, and sometimes things have to pop it in, but you just try and do it a little bit each day? Is that the way you work? Or have you got jobs that you say, right, today is a marketing today is a this day, today is that day, today is the other day? How do you work your businesses? How do you do it? I'd really be interested to know, because I think it's different for everybody. Fab, Jan. It really is different for everybody how we do it. I mean, I do have this kind of thing in my head that I know a couple of days a week are definitely a handcrafted marketplace. And the rest of my time is really a handcrafted business. But it overlaps. It has to overlap, because things like doing this at Facebook Live video, if I only said, well, I'm only doing it the days where I do a handcrafted business, it would all get confused. I'd get confused. So yeah, how do you do it? I call it an achieve list. Oh, I like calling mine a ta-da list. Ta-da! It sounds far better when you do it with a funny voice, doesn't it? And you just go ta-da. Yeah, ta-da! Jobs that set goals per day. So you're very specific, Lana, then. You're very specific that I'll achieve this today, and this today. I try to be like that sometimes, but quite often when sometimes jobs run over, don't they? So I'm kind of a little bit more fluid with myself now. Rather than, otherwise I used to end up kind of beating myself up, not physically, that would be odd, but just kind of like, and then I'd get into this vicious cycle of being, I didn't get that done, and feeling like I was behind all the while, and it was just kind of really getting me down. So yeah, so I had to change my tack a little bit. So now it's kind of, well, I'm starting here, and if I can and get this done, that's great. If not, it just rolls over and rolls over. Though often if there is a very tight deadline, then obviously I do work to that. And actually, like most of us, I do tend to work at my best and fastest and most efficient when I have a very tight deadline. So Jan, you make a list, put things on it. I will always do shower and get a bit of a boost when I tick things up. Oh, does anybody else sometimes, when you don't feel like you've necessarily achieved what it is that you need to achieve in a day, do you go back and write a jobs list to do what you need to do today that includes the things you've already done, just so you can tick them off and feel like you've done something? I hope I'm not the only one nodding at that. Haven't done it in a while actually, but yeah, been known to do that. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt. I'll get lazy if I don't set goals, and then I'm upset if I don't get enough done. Yeah, it's finding that balance though, isn't it? Because if you don't hit the goal, if you go into that funk, if you go into that you lose that momentum. So it really is finding that balance. I have a monthly transfer to a weekly transfer to a daily plan that's yet to go to plan. It always has at least 3 reading conditions and a daily one. Well, I've got to click see more. It's a challenge when they're all ticked off at the end of the day. That's when I say ta-da. Yay, ta-da! It is a ta-da when it's all ticked off, isn't it? Yeah, I have to say I've got out of the habit for the last couple of weeks, but my bullet journaling really helps me. So it's all in one place rather than on scrappy pieces of paper. And it's having that book where you can do your different to-do lists for everything, and you fit everything in on your days, and it works really well for me. So if you're stuck and you haven't found a system that works for you, Google bullet journaling. It's a free system. You can, well, I say free system, you're best if you use a squared book, or you actually can buy their books now, and they have a funky little, I don't know if I can show you mine. Oh, it's over there. It just says bullet journal on the front, but actually it was cheaper than the other ones that I bought. So you don't have to buy from them, but just the system, it just, well, it suits me. It was a crafter, it was Teresa who introduced me to it. So Lana, I'm the same, which is why I call it a achieve list. At the end of the day, I feel good that I've got things done. I like that. You've got to feel good at the end of the day, otherwise you go into the next day feeling, don't you? Svetlana. Have I said that correctly? Svetlana. I'm not even going to attempt your surname. Long-term and short-term lists work for me. Yeah, I do that. I've got kind of like the big list, and then it's like, what am I doing today list, or this week list, depending on what's going on. Yes, Paula, it's a good way of thinking. Yeah, I like that. It's a very good way of thinking about it, Paula. Oh, yay! Thank you. Oh, it feels really rude if you pronounce somebody's name wrong, doesn't it? It just feels kind of like, oh no, it feels like, so yeah, if I got that right, thank you. Yeah, but fantastic. And hello, by the way, so long and short term. Yeah, exactly what I do, which is why the bullet journal works, because it's all in the same place, and you can flick back through it and find everything really easily. And I say, don't gain anything from it, but bullet journaling, go and Google it if you want to. I can always post a link as well. I find it really, really useful. In fact, if you want to see any of the tools that I use and have a look on my blog. I've got a post which is my top tools. I can't remember if it's top 10 tools, or I think if there was more than that or less than that, but I'm pretty sure I put bullet journaling on there, so if you can't find it, there will be a link there. And again, it's not an affiliate link. I don't get anything for it. I just absolutely love mine when I'm in the flow and using it. I think with half terms, I don't know about you, but because I'm a mum, and I know not everyone's a mum, but being a mum with kids of the age that they are, everything seems to be governed in almost the 6-week half terms with that break in the middle. So it's kind of like, I'm really good for 6 weeks, hence the 6-week challenge of doing the Facebook Live that started after our half term. So yeah, I tend to try now to work within those chunks, because I realise just how disrupted I am within those holiday periods. It's not that work stops, it's just I don't expect to achieve anywhere near as much, because at one point, happens all the time, you do great, yay, Russian name and Greek surname is rumbled. I'm still not going down the surname to try it, but yeah, no, I think Svetlana is a lovely name. It's really nice. Oh, I've got a Lana and a Svetlana on. Yay! Oh dear, I'm easily pleased. I was saying something. What was I saying? Oh, I got distracted again. Anyone remember what I was saying? There was a point. I'm sure there was a point. Sorry. Oh dear, I've got a little doggy who is chewing her claws. She's due to go and get them trimmed tomorrow. No, it's fine. Not your fault. It's completely mine, Svetlana. Completely mine. It's this ditzy blonde. I shouldn't have gone so blonde, should I? It really isn't helping me. It's a big mug for a big cuppa. Bullet journals, yes, bullet journal. It's bullet journal or bullet journaling, depending on how whichever you do, you'll get through to the right place. And basically, it's a system where, hold on, I'll show you. Right, have I picked the right one up? Yeah. Basically, it's an empty book with just kind of like squares or dots on it that you have to fill in. So you can kind of like make it as pretty or as boring or as not as you like. I'm trying to get to a page that shows it. So like at the beginning of mine, I've got really important dates. So I've got my Academy Q&A dates because they're really important. I've put in the school dates. So it doesn't matter if it's work or personal because it's my book. So I put in what works for me. And then I've gone back to November. That's the start of this book. And what you do is you just write down the days and the days of the week next to it, so you know which they are down the side, and you've got a row. Now I've split mine into 3. You don't need to. That wasn't my choice. That's just the way I've done it. I've split it into 3, and that becomes kind of like almost your calendar. So at a glance you can see what you're doing at that day. I don't even know what's on there. So I've got a mixture on there. I've got my daughter's birthday. I've got what we're doing in the evenings. I've got I'm a school governor, so there's a school visit on there. But at a glance I can see what I was doing. Now I've split mine into morning, afternoon and evening because the kids have so many after school activities. So I just wanted the space to put those in. And then I have this one at the side, which means that I then put my priorities for the month for the different areas of my life. So on there I've got a handcrafted business, a handcrafted marketplace. I've got school, which not only includes the kids being at school but also being a governor, and home. So what have I got to sort? So that one I had to sort my mortgage out because the deal was at an end. And then all you do is each day you just put your day on and your jobs that you're going to do, and your jobs you're going to do, and jobs. And you can do this in advance, you can do it as you go along. It really doesn't matter. And they don't have to be consecutive and next to each other. Do it as you want to. In fact, I did change mine a little bit and started doing them like this instead. So I do a week to 2 pages and fill it in. So you can do it as you want to and as you go. And as long as kind of like you're a month ahead of yourself, it really works. And what you do, the way the system works is, I don't know if you can see here, but you tick off when you've done it, or you put this kind of funny arrow on when you've moved it forward. In other words, you haven't ignored it, you haven't forgotten it, you've still done something with it, you've moved it forward to another list or another day. So you've done what it is, and you have different symbols for events and different ones for all sorts. Anyway, have a look. Yeah, I like it. It really does help me stay organised. But not only does it help me stay organised, if I show you a really, where are we? It also means, there you go, blog ideas. At one point I was scrolling down blog ideas. I must be in a really fast mood. So I've just got a blog ideas and it's a scrolling page. It doesn't matter. It's a notes book. What you do is at the front, there you go, that's the key. This one happens to have a key in to tell you what each one is and what it's for. What you actually do is you actually start to fill in an index at the front, so the pages that you need to go back and find again. So like blog ideas, I've written the page numbers down for each of those, because you can either number the pages yourself or this particular book has the numbers at the bottom. So it means I can go into the book and find all those different blog ideas, even though they're scattered throughout the book. Yeah, I love it. So anyway, sorry. Whew. Sales pitch for bullet journaling, which actually isn't really a sales pitch because you don't need a specific book to do it, and you just need to watch a video that's free to watch online from this person who created this system and decided to share it with the world. So yeah, I love it. Really made a difference to me. Kirsty, working around children and being organised, that's the hard bit, and that's why my book works for me. I think if I was still pre-children, single, I wouldn't need it. I wouldn't need that kind of, that juggling system. It really helps me just keep track of everything. I'm very much a person who... Oh, bye Elizabeth. Enjoy your chat with the joiner. I can't wait to see the photos of your kitchen. Yeah, it helps me keep track of everything. I'm very much a person who works to what I need to be doing now. I work to if the deadline for something is tomorrow, I make sure it's done by tomorrow. It doesn't mean it's done 3 weeks early. I work very much to, it needs done by tomorrow, I'll do it today. And it works. I don't mean I leave it too late. You have to make sure you need how much time for a job, but I do like working to a deadline, and that helps me keep track of everything, of what needs doing when. Okay. Whew. So I'm going to have another sip. And if anybody got anything else to add? Anybody got anything else about what works for them? Anybody think bullet journaling looks too complicated? It's not. It seems it, but it really isn't. I've talked you all out now, haven't I? I went a bit overboard on my bullet journal. Can you see? It does just about say bullet journal on the front. I just wish they were a bit prettier. I just wish, rather than plain black book, they're not very kind of pretty, are they? If they do be a bit prettier. I did make myself a cover for one, for the first one I had, but it was a different size to this one, so I haven't been able to move it over. But yeah, I love it. It's a great system. Oh, Jessie, you can't still be rubbing that paw. I've got my little helper with me today, look. There she is. Jess. Jess. Say hello. Say hello. Oh. She likes sitting next to me and gets extra fuss when she's there. Oh dear. I use bullet journal of it. Yay, glad I'm not the only one. It really does make a difference, doesn't it? Even if you just kind of scroll in it and doodle in it and make those notes, it just means you can come back and find them. So yeah, I have to make one. Yeah. We'll see. Have you got customers who bullet journal? Because like, it's a very, that's the only bit that really kind of annoys me. You can see I use some washi tape to kind of mark particularly important pages. So, right then, on that note, I really think I should go on and get on with what I need to be doing. And actually, one of the things I need to do, I think one of the reasons I've nearly finished this one, that's one of the reasons my bullet journaling has kind of slowed down. I've got to start a new book. And I love starting. There's nothing like starting a new book, is there? Stationery addict here. There's nothing like starting a new book. It's sat there waiting for me to fill it in. But I need the time to do it right. The books always start off so much nicer and prettier at the front. And by the time you get to the end, it's not quite so important. But that first page has to be perfect. You can't start, can you? And so, yeah, if you look at... when I showed you November, I was showing you the one at the start of the book. I wasn't showing you June. Oh dear. What is it about stationery? We're just addicts, aren't we? There's nothing like a nice new book to write in, or a nice pretty new book that you daren't write in because you don't want to mess it up. So, on that note of thinking about stationery, I make stationery because I make pretty ones. Ooh, there you go, Lana. Opportunity, maybe. Have a think, see what you can do. So yeah, I mean, all these are, if I find you these particular ones, what they've got is their dotty pages, and they're numbered at the bottom, and at the front there's the page to tell you to do the index. You're all right there, Jess. Having a bit of a sneeze. Index, and at the front they've got a thing called a future log as well, so you can make notes in your months as to what's coming up of things you don't want to miss. So like I've got a dentist appointment in July that's in there, and then it just becomes the dots instead of the squares on them. But anyway, have a think. You never know. So I'm going to love you and leave you now. If you need help with your marketing, don't forget I've got my free The Art of Marketing ebook. I've come across them recently. They seem fab, but I have to try it. They're brilliant. I love mine. As I say, other than the fact I want pretty. Thank you, Svetlana, and you. Have an amazingly productive day. As I say, if you need any help with your marketing, Art of Marketing ebook is there ready for you to grab. If you need a push and a prompt and I don't know where I'm going, and that hopefully the aim of that is to get you past that. Yeah, otherwise have a wonderful day. Get any orders done, do them, wow those customers, so they come back and so they rave about you. And we'll speak to you soon. In fact, tomorrow, not just soon, I'll see you tomorrow. Not sure what time I'll be on tomorrow, so watch out. I will post it on the page what time I'll be on as soon as I've figured out the day. As I say, I work to the time that I need to do stuff by, and my focus on when to tell you about Facebook Live is 9, half 9 in the morning. So by then I'll know how tomorrow's running. Speak to you soon. Bye.